Yo, so what's up? We're back. In Films is on a road trip. We're only going like 2 hours, but it's not a big deal. But we're going down to West Virginia to check out two of our buddies' cars. He got a new one. So we're gonna go review it and check it out. But look at these sons of bitches. Little hot boy Fiestas. Look, wait a second. These are the cars. This is freaking Wesley. Alright, so we got two 2015 Party STs, or I guess Fiesta STs. They both have Warfab kits. One is a Sidewinder kit, and one is a stock placement big turbo kit. We're going to review them. We're going to go over which one's better, which one's worse, where should you put your money, just stuff like that. It's going to be pretty good. Wesley's going to teach us all about Fiestas. So, that's it. So, like I said before, these were both Warfab cars. Wesley knows all about it. How long have you had it?
I've had it for about a month now.
I mean, you've driven it quite a bit, I guess.
Yeah, I've driven it a bit. Still need to get some more seat time with the car, but it's a pretty fun car.
How's it feel? Like, how's handling it?
It handles absolutely amazing.
Really? What suspension is this? Like,
it is on BC coilovers. The handling's phenomenal on this car. I absolutely love it.
Is it all solid mounted?
Yeah, so they're Vibrotechnics engine mounts on the car. It's got the Warfab Sidewinder kit, and then Will's done so much custom work to this car. It's unbelievable.
Where's he from?
He's from Racine, Wisconsin. Like I said, he owns War Fabrications out there. He builds big turbo kits for these cars. He does an absolutely amazing job building these kits.
I mean, yeah, this looks fantastic. Did he built all these charge pipes, all the intake, like all that stuff, right?
Yeah, he did everything himself, including the tube front end and where the radiator intercooler is placed.
Yeah, this radiator and intercooler setup is freaking killer. I love the front bumper. I love just the way this thing looks coming down the road is awesome.
Yeah, it's a really cool car. It definitely turns everybody's attention to it going down the road. You'd be surprised. The first day that I got it, coming back from Wisconsin with it, every car that went by was turning their head, what is that? Trying to figure out what exactly it was, just because it's such a unique car.
You drove it the whole way back from Wisconsin to West Virginia?
Yep.
No problem.
We had the clutch line pop off. That was the only issue.
That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited to ride in this.
Oh, it's a fun car. You're gonna love it.
So this is about the same thing, right? 2015 Fiesta ST. How long have you owned it?
Basically the same thing. I've had it since 2015. I bought it brand new, and I've been playing with it ever since. So
How many turbo kits you have on it?
it's had 3 different turbo setups at this point. This latest one is the Warfab Zoner Rotor kit. Super beautiful kit. It's just hidden and tucked away back behind the motor. So
It's a sleeper kit. We'll go sleeper kit. But it looks fantastic.
besides,
Well, it's dirty, but you drive it. I mean, it's a driven car.
yeah, I drive it all the time, but this car's got pretty much everything you can do to one plus some. Right now, the biggest thing with the car is I keep running into limiting factors.
Well, you just put a stock trans back in it.
Yeah, I put a stock trans back in it because I heard it at the track here a month and a half ago or so. So now all it does is spin.
Yeah, because the Zoner Rotor turbo, that makes a little more than stock power, right?
Yeah, it's like stockish.
It's stockish. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. I'm excited to ride in it. Let's go take them for a rip. So here we are in the OG ST, Wesley's original one, the one he had since 2015, and it's loud as, just so you know, in case you didn't know that, it's loud. But we've driven it for probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes now. It feels like a great car. It handles good. It drones awful. But I mean, other than that, the car pulls good. What's your like opinion on it, Wesley? Like compared to the other car?
So, as far as like the turbo kits, the stock placement kit that's on this car, it's a lot easier to install. You don't have to move the battery or do any of that stuff. It's basically plug and play. You remove the manifold, downpipe, and turbo everything, and then you can get right to it. On these kits, also, the way Will designed the manifold, the turbo sits back further towards the firewall, which makes it a lot easier to get the turbo on and off without having to pull the manifold. It's a super nice kit as far as if you have to work on anything.
It's like it's like working on a stock car.
Yeah, basically. It's basically like working on a stock car. Everything's stock location. So, as far as like manifold design, people ask all the time the Sidewinder kit versus the stock placement kit. The stock placement kit has the benefits of it bolts on like stock. It's super easy to install and do all that. And then the stock placement kit also spools a few hundred RPM faster from what I can tell. And even with this turbo on this car being a little bit bigger than on the other car, this thing outspools the other car by a few hundred RPM. Then the reason it does that is because the Sidewinder kit has such long runners.
It doesn't have that volume of air it has to fill up in the
Yeah, it has to fill up the manifold basically, and then you start getting boost pressure, and that's why the Sidewinder kit's a little bit more laggy.
But aesthetically, the Sidewinder kit looks
Yeah, the Sidewinder
badass.
kit is definitely beautiful. If you want to stand out and be showy, the Sidewinder kit's the way to go. If you're just trying to make power, make the car go fast, you can't go wrong with the stock placement kit.
Just something about a little bit of boost and a little straight stretches.
It's so loud.
Nice.
But yeah, so both cars are pretty fun. Right now they both make about the same power wise. This E85, the other one's on E50. So this one has an upgraded in-tank fuel pump and some other stuff. And like I was saying, with this car, I've had it since 2015, but it's just one issue after another with this thing, and it's all trying to chase horsepower. So trying to make more power and more power, you end up running out of fuel pump. When you run out of fuel pump, then you do like me and just decide, let's go for E85. But then we run into the coil issues, and then the next thing was
you kind of solved the coil issue for right now, right?
Yeah. So the coil issue is completely solved with my kit that I have on this car right now, and we're still testing. The other car, I'm also going to be swapping it to these coils, and hopefully it picks up some power, but I want to get it on the dyno and do actual dyno testing and make sure that there is a gain before I tell everyone, you know.
Yeah, get these coils, get my setup.
I don't want to be one of those guys that tell you something that's not going to make any more power, you know, not when you don't need it. But yeah, so there was that issue, and then the next issue we run into after we got that fixed, the CPE air box and air filter just wouldn't flow the air, so it was choking it up. I fixed that issue, and the next issue is the intake manifold and throttle body itself. So I'm hoping to get a Gen B intake manifold like Will has on that car, with a bigger throttle body inlet, bigger throttle body to get over that next hurdle. But it all takes time and money, and nobody has the money to sink into these things. But it's definitely worth it if you want to keep the car and go fast. And you know, everybody has their own car and what they want to do with it. So
what suspension setups on this?
This has Mountoon sport springs and KYB shocks.
Just like upgraded shocks with lowering springs.
Yeah, it's lowering springs and upgraded shocks. And then this car does have chassis bracing, so it's got a Mishimoto rear trunk brace and a Mountoon front strut brace. Little stuff like that. Usually I take that stuff off if I'm going to the drag strip just to save a little weight. But as far as handling wise, this thing handles and rides really good, in my opinion.
I'm interested to see on how much different the BCs feel between just lowering springs.
Yeah, the BCs, I really like the BCs better. I kind of wish I would have put them on this, but I've never been a fan of lowering springs or of coilovers, because usually to get a good ride with coils, you have to go all the way as low as it can. And a lot of the problem I have is I can only go so low without dragging everywhere, and I don't want to have a car that I have to worry about everywhere I go.
That makes sense. Alright, so we switched cars now. We're in the Sidewinder kit car, and I'm kind of digging these seats. I mean, they definitely hold you a little snugger, and this car's way quieter, but that's also because it has an active exhaust valve, right?
Yeah.
So we can hold it down.
It's closed now.
Is it get down or up to open?
Down is closed, up is
So
open.
you
So
hold it
up.
hold it up. I think, is that
It's
open?
open now. Yeah.
And it's definitely, it makes a difference. It's not as loud as the other car, that's for sure. Because we can actually talk and hear each other in here. But overall, I mean, it feels about the same. I haven't really gotten into driving it yet to feel like the difference between the BCs, but throttle response is crazy. And what you said, that's due to the tune.
Yeah.
So same throttle body, but you can go into the tune and mess with it. What is it like?
Yeah, so that's all throttle throttle feel. This one's a bit more aggressive, which it feels really good with this turbo.
Yeah, it definitely livens the car a little bit.
Yeah, it makes it not feel like it's as laggy as it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because if you open the throttle a little faster, you can get more air in. I mean, you're not bringing in boost, but you're bringing in more volume of air quicker.
Yeah, essentially what it does is just opens the throttle body a little bit faster. So on this car, instead of when you're at 10% throttle, on the other car you're say 10% throttle. On this car, if you open it 10%, you're more like 30 or 40% on the other car. So the throttle feels completely different. And like I said, it's driver preference.
Yeah.
It's what you like and what feels good.
So you could have a monster car and change your throttle map to something retarded and have it kind of feel like this, where it's more like now, or you could have it like the other car where it feels stock.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of the reason people feel differences between tunes on cars, on these in particular, the Fiestas, Focuses, more towards the stock turbo crowd, a lot of the reason they'll feel differences is because the throttle mapping's different. The car's not actually making more power, or if it is, it's not enough to give you that real seat of the pants.
Yeah.
That butt dyno feeling.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
But if you go and play with the throttle mapping, you can make it feel like the car's faster. Under wide open, it's not faster, but it feels like it is everywhere else.
Right.
So that's just one of the interesting things with these ECUs, because it's fly by
There's
wire.
so much you can change.
Yeah, there's so much you can change as far as the throttle mapping, that you can make the car feel completely different.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I really do like these BCs. This car rides.
It does. It's
really good for being on coils.
It's a lot smoother. Like the springs, you can kind of tell it's like it's a little harder to ride.
Mm-hmm.
These, I mean, it's like riding in almost a stock car, but you have the like handleability of being stuck to the road.
Yeah.
Do these have rear sway bars?
Yeah.
Because I know in the Cobalt scene, it was like if you added a rear sway bar, your car was on freaking rails.
Yeah.
So like, did you upgrade the rear sway bar? Did you upgrade the front sway bar?
The other car has cob front and rear sway bars. This one's just stock.
Okay.
This one doesn't actually have a rear sway bar, but you can buy the sway bar kits, which do stiffen it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm not too much a fan of putting sway bars on these cars after I did it to the other car.
Really? Why?
Yeah, it completely changes the feel of it. It's less comfortable to me driving on the street with the sway bars on. It just stiffens it up.
It feels like a track car.
Yeah, basically.
So, I mean, if you want a track car feel, get sway bars. If you want a nice, almost daily car feel, no sway bars. and the difference of like riding on coilovers. Like, these are a good coilover. Between, well, they're running off the road. But the other car is, you kind of have I shouldn't say a lower quality like strut going, like lowering springs, because it's not a lower quality. It's just a different feel of suspension.
Yeah, it's those springs with stock shocks and everything. Those springs feel really, really good compared to the stock springs, the Mountoon springs that are on the other car. They feel really good compared to stock, because the stock ride on these cars are so stiff. Those are progressive rate, so that helps them a lot as far as like ride quality. But then once you start changing other stuff, so doing the sway bars and doing the other shocks, it gets away from that really nice ride, and you get a little bit stiffer and a harsher ride with it.
And going off of suspension, moving to brakes, this has like custom Wildwood front brakes.
Yeah, we'll
really feel like if we would like jam on the brakes, the back tires will come off the ground. I genuinely feel like that. Like there's no weight in the ass end, and you have giant brakes on a car that weighs, I don't even know, what do these weigh stock? Like curb weight.
So just the car alone, probably around 2,900 pounds.
That's a light car.
Yeah.
A car under 3,000 pounds, that's a light car. And you put giant freaking brakes on it with no weight in the ass end. I really feel it. I wouldn't want to hit them in a corner. It would probably throw the rear end up, and it probably wouldn't be a good time. But in a straight line, these brakes are unbelievable.
Yeah, they are really good. And the other nice thing with these brakes, so usually with big brake kits like these, you can't go down on rim size.
Right.
Will made another set of brackets that use the stock rotors, so I can swap the brackets and stick 15-inch rims on this car with slicks if I ever want to, which I'm sure at some point I will. But
Well, of course, I mean, if you're going drag race, you need slicks, right?
yeah, you gotta have an M&H, man.
All right, so let's get a little pull in here. Sounds freaking delicious. I see some camera freaking digging up.
I'm like, Ian, keep it off the limiter. Blah, blah, blah.
All right, so we drove both cars. We ripped on both cars. They feel great. Shout out to Will at Warfab. This car is built fantastically. The kit that's on this car freaking rips. I'm impressed, like beyond words, with both of them. Shout out to John for coming down here with me and just kind of being a great cameraman. But Wesley, thanks for letting us come down.
Not a problem, man.
And looking at them and beating on them and wasting fuel. But that's it. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want.
Son of a bitch.
It should have got.
All right, it's recording.
All right, so we got two.
Fuck! It didn't want to fucking turn.
Ready? All right, so we have two 2015 Party STs, Fiesta STs.
Fuck.
It's Warfab. His name's Will Rinksmeyer. Excellent builder, fabricator. If you need anything, I didn't fuck this all up. Let's redo it.
God fucking damn it! Oh fuck. Fuck! Alright. Do something.
So that's it. That's the review. We drove both of them. We ripped on both of them. Wesley, I think they feel freaking great.
Hold up. Fuck! Alright.
Ready? I forgot what I said.
You son of a bitch!
Well, it was a great day. Both cars feel good. We drove them both. We ripped on them both. Shout out Will at Warfab.
Dude, you're a whole piece of shit. I recorded that.
Oh my god!
Let's try this again.